Today we start Ring 3's Soul Crushing Tower, Tower of Music Theory Mayhem. So every tower of Ring 3 has been built with the exception of the Soul Crushing Tower and the Citadel. So from the main ring obby slot, which has this ID, you want to go this way over to this facility thingy. And then you're going to want to complete this obby. It's pretty easy. And then you go out here, and here's Tower of Music Theory Mayhem. To play this tower, go to the obby slot with the same ID as this obby, but put 19 after the hashtag. So you want to go to this obby slot to play the tower. Here's the ID. So it might look like I've pretty much just got like a frame a little bit of the first two floors. Well, you'd be wrong about that, because back here we have Tower of Chromatic Chaos, well, the first 4 floors. That's so hard to say that. Basically, I have several tower crossings planned for this tower, and the first one, which is going to be at the very start, is going to be the Tower of Chromatic Chaos. Okay, I want to delete these. I don't want anything inside here, because you're not going to go here. It's just this outside section that you're tower crossing to, so there's no point in wasting the parts here. Okay, so I'm going to put a floor select kind of thing here. Eventually, this will be replaced with a real win room and a floor select, but for now, it's just the floor select. So what I'm planning to do is we're going to start in, like, a room of something, and it's just going to say some text that says we're going to kick things off with Tower of Chromatic Chaos tower crossing. Okay, so right here is where I'm going to make the first, like, teleport at the floor select, or, like, from the tower portal. So, like, this is the very start, and there's a sign here that says, "Welcome to Tower of Music Theory Mayhem." We're going to kick things off with the tower crossing the Tower of Chromatic Chaos, our Remorseless Tower in Ring 3. Also, there's going to be a bunch of stuff that's, like, behind a large Reflectance 1 wall to kind of hide it a little bit. So we're going to have all the other tower crossings here, because, like I said, there are going to be multiple throughout the tower. So jumping to this pink cube, which are the color the teleporters in Tower of Chromatic Chaos, will send you here. So teleporter back to floor 1 doesn't reset buttons. That was if you, like, lost the push box or something. I need to change the location of that, because there is a push box needed during that section in the original tower. There isn't really much of a need for that here, considering I deleted everything in here. But you would still need a push box to jump up here. The color of this box is what I'm going to make the color of any new parts I add. Okay, I finished making the changes to this section, because it's going to be changed difficulty in a tower crossing, so in this case it's buffed. And so it's also a good time to talk about the difficulty Tower of Music Theory Mayhem is going to be, and that is mid-insane. But at the end, it's still going to be you go on that button, activate a conveyor onto that teleporter. So basically, for this whole tower, I already have everything planned out, including the videos, and this series is going to be 6 episodes long. At least that's what I'm planning right now. So for today's video, I'm going to be building that tower crossing I just did, as well as floors 1 and 2. So at this point, you may be wondering what music theory means. Well, it's basically just a general term that refers to everything regarding music, music composition, how we hear and understand music, and everything in between. Understanding music theory is important to learning an instrument and also to composing music. Okay, I've been working on some things for a while. So here's what I have so far after the tower crossing. So you'll get teleported here at the end. Also, I changed a bunch of effects. So these are the effects that are going to be active throughout most of the tower. So basically, the first half of this floor, so like the bottom part here, is going to be a recap of the sharps and flats from Tower of Chromatic Chaos. So that's why there was a tower crossing. It's because that was supposed to sort of introduce that, I guess. So in a way, Tower of Chromatic Chaos was sort of a proof of concept for some of the things I'm going to be using in this tower. Well, that being only the sharps and flats, and natural signs, which collectively those are called accidentals, by the way. Something else I want to quickly do is, since this is a 100 by 100 frame tower, and the obby slot is 1,000 studs tall, because there's this at the bottom, that means it's going to be 1 stud too tall. And if I put a thing on the top, then there's going to be 2 studs too tall. But if I just move this down about 10 studs, we should be perfectly fine. Although there's this random floor here while I'm in edit mode, it's not when you're actually playing the tower. Oh, and the reason these are numbered is because that's the order you're going to complete these little sections here. Basically, the design theme of this tower is going to be, like, futuristic. It looked really cool when I divided every floor into these eighths, which this explains that the eighths of the floor are the measures, instead of like it was on Tower of Chromatic Chaos, where each floor is the measure. Because on this, the floors are way larger. Okay, with the second section finished, I have an idea for the third one. It's going to be like one of those thingies where it's like a push box inside a thingy. Okay, so it's going to be a push ball. So it's going to start here, and then there's going to be a flat section right here. And you have to select a button to make a thing disappear on the correct path. And so you're going to have to look ahead to see, like, the platforms that are sharp, flat, and natural, so that it doesn't, like, fall down, basically. I guess we'll do, like, 3 different paths. So, like, on this first path, I'm going to put a platform here. We're going to make this be the incorrect path, or one of them. We're going to put this right here. So this blue platform is going to be exactly what it says it is. Okay, but this one is going to be sharp. So this is actually going to be can collide false. And I can remove the text from this one, like where the platform actually is, and set these properties to it. So what's going to happen is the push ball is going to go down here, but it's going to hit this and not actually reach the button. So now I need to actually put the button at the end, except it's going to be a normal part because I don't want to run out of these button spaces. Where does it even say that? Right here. Buttons. I mean, there's like no chance that's going to be a problem, but like I may as well just make it a normal part anyway. Okay, built the other ones now. Also, I realized this one I moved on the local axis, but it should be the global axis that I moved these on. There. Realistically, it wouldn't be that much of an issue anyway, but there. So these should be make objects invisible, and then I should link these to the color they are. There we go. So yeah, it's not possible to stand on multiple at a time. Now this one, I do want to actually be a button. It can be 5 seconds, I guess. It'll deactivate this. So you would do this and then walk to the one you want to stand on so that the push ball will go there. Now I've added the push ball, so since this is the correct one, I want to press that and then go stand here. And if I did everything correctly, it should reach there. Well, I'm in edit mode, so just ignore that it got kind of stuck there. That wouldn't normally happen. Now the button didn't actually do anything, but it will, because I haven't actually linked it. I'll test these other ones now. That one does not work how I want it to, which is what I want it to do. Okay, everything's linked correctly except for this button from the previous section, which I want to be linked to these. That way you can get to this platform. Okay, so this is perhaps going to be the main thing of this entire tower. So I added some stuff to get up to here, but this says, from here on out, you'll see a lot of sections where you need to press space according to an indicated rhythm. The platforms will normally be invisible, but for now they're semi-transparent, so you can learn how to do this. The tempo will be 60 beats per minute on all of these. The Google metronome can play that tempo if you need a reference. It's this tempo, basically. I suggest using greater than less than keys to line yourself up. Walk continuously and begin pressing space to the indicated rhythm when you reach the white neon line. So you should align yourself like this so you can see the rhythm. And so these just explain the durations of the different notes. Basically, these are going to be a lot easier if you know how to read music. But if not, I also have to take that into consideration too. So when you see quarter notes, that means you press space every beat. Half notes every 2 beats. Whole notes every 4 beats. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 1 is a whole note. I mean, I guess I could make it so you would have to like hold space. I'm not going to do that right now. I have something else in a later floor planned that'll be related to holding space. So this is fine for now. These will always end with a speed pad to reset your walk speed, because I was like so going to run out of room if I didn't use this to make you walk slower. I know I said earlier that I'd also be building floor 2 in this video, but I ran into a roadblock when I reached a point where I needed a decal that needed to be made, as well as the fact that it was midnight. So I'm going to be building most of floor 2 off camera, and then I'll talk about it briefly in the next Tower of Music Theory Mayhem video. So I'm going to play everything I've built so far in this video. Here's the ID if you want to come play this. So here's the teleporter to the start. It says, "Welcome to Tower of Music Theory Mayhem." We're going to kick things off with a tower crossing the Tower of Chromatic Chaos, our Morseless Tower in Ring 3. Gray platforms with a sharp sign, which are hashtag, are 3 studs above where they appear to be. In music, the symbol means to play a note 1/2 step above what it would otherwise be. To get up here, because it's higher than it appears to be, you need to use this push ball, which there's a reset button if you need it. Also, those reset it. Be careful. So this can be a little bit tricky, but that's how you need to do that. Hashtags and flats, letter B, stay in effect for the rest of the measure. In this tower, a measure is a floor. So you got a 10 stud wrap there, although you can wall hop it if you need to. And then you have a weird wrap around like that, then a ladder flick wrap thing. Now this was originally a speed section, but I made it instead. You don't have the speed effect, so it's a bunch of long jumps and things. A flat symbol means to lower the note by 1/2 step. In this tower, a flat symbol means the platform is actually 3 studs lower than what it appears. Now you jump here, and then, since this is still the same floor, these are still flat. Also, you wall hop there. And now you can get to this conveyor, and now you're into the start of here. Now that we've reached floor 1, let's recap sharps, flats, and natural signs from Tower of Chromatic Chaos. So, first you need to go over here. So you can climb up these boxes, and the top one is a push box, but if you knock it off of there, it's fine. Remember, sharps, flats, and natural signs are collectively called accidentals. In music, accidentals stay in effect for the rest of the measure, and in Tower of Chromatic Chaos, a measure was a floor. Here, however, a measure is 1/8 of a floor. Look at the neon lines on the wall to see each 1/8. For now, accidentals only affect blue platforms, like you can see up ahead. So currently, there's nothing in effect, but here, they are sharp, so they're 3 studs above where they appear to be. Let's try that again. Okay, now you have these truss flicks, and you kind of have to do like a backwards one there. And once you press that button, it unlocks these over here, Also, I'm about to die, so I can go to this heal part. It says here's a heal part if you need it. So now you have some wall hops. This is a natural sign. It cancels any sharp/flats that are currently in effect and also stays in effect for the rest of the measure. Now you can press that button so you can get onto this platform. Look at the accidentals marked here and use the buttons to correctly direct the push ball to a button. I'm going to change that to say pressure plates, even though these two are technically buttons, but okay. So like I said, this is the correct one, so you need to press this, and also I changed the time to 2 seconds, and so you can see that's what happens. Now that that's activated, you can go up here, and these are all sharp platforms. I need to add the sharp symbol though. So the sharp effect stays in effect until you get to here. So now you can climb up. And now it's just back to normal, so you just jump across as normal. Press this button to activate a ladder to easily get back up here. Then again, this could just be an instant death block in disguise. But no, it does activate this ladder over here. So if you fall, you can just go up here, and there's another ladder here. So you can make your way back up here quicker. Okay, I already read the signs that were here a moment ago. So there's not really a point to do that again, but yeah. After you complete that, you go on this moving part, and then you do another one similar to it. Now that I think about it, I'm probably going to have to, like, do some testing to get the spacing, like, precise. Keep in mind, you won't be able to see those at all. We're now on floor 2. Every pitch is associated with a letter, A through G, and sometimes a sharp/flat also. Examples, A, B flat, F, G sharp. Okay, here we have some sharp spin conveyors, so you can kind of use the direction the conveyors are spinning to your advantage. This one is natural though. For the time being, the notes we'll deal with are all going to be natural. They don't have sharp/flats with them. Look at this note names chart and see the 7 notes we'll be looking at on this floor. Haha, funny placeholder image. This is actually text. I'm gonna make like a chart that shows all the notes like on a staff, so you can like remember that, because that's gonna be important on the rest of this floor. Thanks so much for watching today's video. I really hope you enjoyed it. If you did, please remember to leave a like and consider subscribing. So I'm looking forward to building this soul-crushing tower. I'm already pleased with how it's coming along. And I already have all the ideas planned for every floor, but if you still want to give me some suggestions on like some ways I could detail or improve something, then yeah. Ideas for specific floors are going to be for the Citadel, which is going to be built after I finish this tower. I'll see you in the next video, and have a great day.